So how do you become a full-time content creator when you have almost no time? Take it from me. I feel like I should have a degree in really solving this issue. I homeschool the kids and I run a full-time online business with my husband leveraging YouTube, and I only work 1 day a week. Okay, so if that sounds too good to be true, I'm going to share with you guys within this video my 3 golden rules that if you adhere to these rules and if you don't break them, even if it's really tempting to break them, you will be able to have this lifestyle business that everybody is talking about. And we call it sort of like an integrated lifestyle business where we're able to be with our family, work minimally, and scale our business to the moon. If you're watching this video right now and if you feel these feelings, okay, these thoughts, okay, I have to bring my kid to soccer practice, I have to show up for my boss and my 8 to 5 job, I have to come home, I have to cook for the kids, pour into my family, clean the kitchen, make time for my spouse, and then somehow I have to then create this full-blown YouTube engine where I'm chugging out video after video after video when they don't get views, when you're a new beginner, a novice, right? You see this logically and you're like, how am I going to live this lifestyle of freedom that so many content creators have? Because I'm stuck in this perpetual hamster wheel and I feel like I can't get ahead because I've been a YouTuber for nearly a decade online, and it's easier with 4 kids right now for me because of this one thing I'm going to share with you guys, and that is the value of constraints. But before we get into what a constraint is and how it's going to make you massively successful and very wealthy on YouTube, my name is Hayley, and on this channel, if you are new, I basically teach content creators how to not only go viral with YouTube, but also how to take their virality and create an asset that they own in the form of courses and coaching programs so that they can sell their audience something and that they don't have to rely on the backs of algorithms to get paid or brands like I used to doing sponsorships that are magically going to pop into your inbox. You own your income when you sell your own product, and that is really our bread and butter and what we teach. And so if that interests you, go ahead and subscribe down below. So what are constraints? Constraints are basically the boundaries that you set for yourself in terms of like your work-life potential, or some people call it balance. But a couple years ago, when I only had 2 kids, it was the hardest time of my life because I felt like I needed to create so much content to get paid. I needed to show up every single day looking as best as I could on social media. I didn't have time to keep up with the things of the house. I asked myself finally this question: what would need to be true for me at the time years ago to hit 7 figures working just 1 half day a week? What would need to be true in my business, for my mindset, in my personal life, and also logically on my schedule? So I challenge you guys to ask yourself that. If you want to make a lot of money, things are going to have to drastically shift within your business. Your niche might have to completely change, which might be a good thing because your values, like your familial values and the values that you have maybe as a mom, like I have, maybe they're number one. Your goals need to align perfectly with your values. So as much as I like talking about things I'm passionate about, I realized at the time, if my work that I was doing didn't align with my core values, which I'll explain what that means in a minute, you are going to start resenting your channel. You're going to be on the path to every other YouTuber out there that burns out, which that's been me multiple times, or most likely you're just going to quit and say, I don't have time for this. It's not the right season of life. But really it wasn't the right season of life. It was because your goals on YouTube in the way that you create content didn't align with your identity and didn't align with your values. Golden rule number 1. So if you want to make 6 figures, 7 figures on 1 day a week of worth of work, and you have responsibilities like a family to feed and people to tend to, then you're going to want to choose a niche where it's possible to create all of your week's worth of videos within 1 to 3 hours max. So I talked about this in my niches video. I'll link that up here and down below, but it's worth repeating. You need to choose a sticky sub niche, which watch that video again if you don't know what that means. You need a niche where you can script, film, edit, and upload in just a couple hours. There are people out there that go into niches and they look at the top performing content creators that are blowing up and they say to themselves, okay, all of these videos are literally an hour long. So specifically in the organization and cleaning niche, a lot of my students that we coach in YouTubepreneur, they burn out quick because they go to film the video, but they have a lot of responsibilities. They're a mom, they're a dad, and they're cleaning their house. It takes them 4+ hours to create the video and maybe like 3 hours just to edit that one video. And you don't get paid that much, okay? You can't necessarily turn a profit very fast on those videos because you need a lot of them to go viral and it takes a whole day to film. So especially if you have a family or a job, you're gonna burn out quick. And so when I started to reignite this channel, which I've sort of had on the back burner for a couple years, I asked myself, when I added my 4th child, I was like, do I want to go back to my main channel? Do I want to share my life and show the inner workings of my life, which is nothing wrong with that. I did that for years. Love it or hate it. It's very popular within the motherhood niche and vlogging and all those things. So I want to do that in order to get paid for my family, in order to feed my kids and create this generational wealth that my husband and I want to create. No, because it's going to take me a full day to get ready, to clean my house, to prep the cameras and charge the batteries, and to get the script going and to film multiple angles. Again, my constraint is based off of my values. So my values is to be a present mother and wife, to homeschool my kids, and to work minimally and make way more. And so the best way I can do that is this channel right here. It's talking head videos, which there's pros and cons to these because you don't show a lot of your life and it's more just, informational, but I can bang out three talking head videos, which is what I'm doing right now, on a half day's worth of work a week and spend the whole rest of the week with my kids, which I'll share with you guys how I make money off of these videos. It's kind of obvious, but really more of the inner workings of our funnel and how I outsource things to our team. And so anyways, I chose this channel because even though it's not my ultimate passion in life, I'd rather honestly talk about homeschooling. But at the end of the day, I value my kids more. And I value the time that I get to spend with them when they're so small, when they're so tiny. I don't want to give up this time that I'm only going to get once within my whole life just so I can spend multiple days filming my life, potentially having to put them in daycare or in regular school. Like, it's not worth it to me, okay? Number 2 golden rule is sell your own product from day one, okay? So even if your grandma is the only one that's following you or your dog is the only view on your YouTube channel, you need to sell your own product as if there's thousands of people watching you. Why is that? So when I get questions on my YouTube videos like, Hayley, how do I, meet the minimum requirements, which I don't even know what they are because it doesn't even matter for, enabling AdSense on my channel and getting paid through YouTube, I roll my eyes way back to the core of the earth because you guys, that is such a I don't want to say this. This is what I'm thinking. I'm going to be real. Okay. A poor man's mentality. Do not even blink at the AdSense number in your bank account. Use AdSense and whatever money that YouTube ads pays you into buying more of your time back. So into an editor, into a thumbnail editor, into someone that scripts, put that back into your business. Do not spend any of that money on personal things or ever live off of that money because it's sketch. Take it from me. But when you choose to sell your own product specifically, because I know you're like, what does that mean? Am I selling some headphones or phone cover? No physical products. Specifically, when you choose to sell your own info product or digital product, you take home 90% of the profits. It has a super low cost to start. All you need is an email provider and a course hoster. Honestly, you don't even need any of those things. They're really ridiculously cheap anyways. But you need just a couple $100s to start this massive business where people pay you for your knowledge. A lot of people choose income streams that are either AdSense or they are brand deals. And you get yourself in such a stressful situation when you rely all of your income off of those two things. I know this because I did this for 2 full years on my other channel. So we made about $20,000 a month. And I was the full-time breadwinner. My husband was supporting me. That in and of itself was very stressful for many reasons. We talk about this on our podcast on this channel. 80% of our revenue came from brands other than my own. I wasn't selling my own products. I was doing sponsorships like Home Chef or Dollar Shave Club, all of the stuff that people shill. And honestly, I like all of those things. I still use Home Chef and my razor's Dollar Shave Club, but I know TMI. But basically I did a lot of sponsorships that would come my way. And what happened was during COVID and during the BLM times, all the brands pulled out. Well, not all of them, but 80% of the brands pulled out and our income went drastically low. Luckily, we had savings, but it wasn't just me. It was all influencers in our space. And that was the first time that I felt like such a dumb, okay? I wasn't good at curse there, but like a dumb person because I didn't own my business. I felt like I was at the mercy to hundreds of brands. I was a mouthpiece to all these brands. They told me exactly what to say. It lost trust with my audience. And I felt like I didn't, at the end of the day, own my income. I was a glorified, worker, and I wasn't a real entrepreneur. It wasn't until I shifted everything in our business and I adhered to these golden rules. Okay. I started selling my own products that I made with my own brain that I was able to go from hardly any money because they pulled out of everything to 7 figures in under 2 years from selling my own information and selling my own courses and my own coaching programs. So that would be number 2. If you want to make a lot of money, you don't have to put out as many pieces pieces of content on the internet. So that's another thing is if you think, okay, I just don't want to sell courses. I don't want to do coaching programs. That doesn't sound fun to me. I want to do ads. You're going to need to spend a lot of time creating content, which again, in my experience, breaks golden rule number one is you're going to have to spend more than one day, most likely for most niches, creating content. You're not going to be able to just bang out a bunch of videos and make 7 figures like I legit do every single week. So to give you a little snapshot of how much I was able to make back in the day, all of my sponsorships were about $2,500 on a good day, $3,000 per YouTube video. And that was years ago. Nowadays, it's so much harder because there's more competition. And so I had about 20,000 views per YouTube video consistently when I was making all of my money through brand deals. So maintaining that audience is very stressful and I just felt out of control. So again, that's not something I want to do. I want to live my life. We take summers off now. We make semi-passive income through our funnels. And so I just wouldn't recommend being a traditional influencer. I would recommend sort of being a digital entrepreneur that sells your own products. So that's number 2. Number 3, don't let yourself become the bottleneck within your business. So what do I mean by that? This is something that I wish I would have just shook myself, my former self, slapped myself up the head. Hayley, do not let yourself become the bottleneck in creating content, in getting paid, pushing the content out there, and all of the above. So basically, I would have told myself, as soon as you make your first dollar, I know I'm getting hyped today, I don't know what it is, you need to hire somebody. And now a lot of people say, don't put that pressure on yourself. Don't hire someone right away. You can't afford it. Wait until you make X amount of dollars. Absolutely not. You need to buy back your time because as a YouTuber content creator, the way that you get paid more is you put out more content. How do you put more content out there? You create more content. How do you create more content? You stop editing your own dang videos. Okay. So that is so important because if you add up the time and seriously calculate how much time do I spend editing a video? Typically it's 3 to sometimes 6 to sometimes 15 hours for some niches, depending on your skill level on YouTube. It is a lot of time to spend in post-production. You're going to spend more time in post-production than you are actually filming. At first, it's probably going to flip because you're going to be so nervous. You'll have to redo your video 10 times over because you have lipstick on your teeth or you hit your mic like I just did with my chin. So you're going to have to refilm and you're going to feel like such an imposter, such a fraud, and you're going to suck at the filming portion, but eventually it's going to flip and you're going to spend a lot more time in post-production when you should be outsourcing that and creating more content. So whether it's video editing, captions, admin work, anything that is not in your zone of genius, you have to outsource that. One day you have to look at yourself in the mirror and be like, is it the niche that I'm choosing that makes it so hard to scale this content? Or is it the fact that I'm just waiting for brands to hit my inbox in order for me to get paid? What is the bottleneck for you being able to scale this business in 2 ways? 1, creating more content, and 2, getting paid more dollars per content piece. Maybe it's the fact that your only income stream is YouTube AdSense, and therefore you need to have a mass amount of views and maintain a mass amount of viewership in order to get paid. So what is the bottleneck? Is it you? Is it the niche? Or is it the income streams that you're focusing on? So along the lines of selling your own product, something that people do not understand is you need to have a funnel that sells your product for you. So just to be transparent, we sell this, okay? We sell the system and the funnel and the processes. That is what our business is. It's teaching people how to create funnels and online courses that funnel people from your top level content, which is this video right now. This is to the wide mouth, the top of the funnel, all the way down to specifically what you sell. And so a funnel is basically a way that people can buy from you without you having to actively sell them through like a Zoom call, a sales call, or sending them just a random link to a sales page. A funnel really walks people through the process of going from like someone that sort of just met you through a YouTube video to opting into your email list, to getting a series of emails that convince them to, buy, push them over the cliff to believe that they actually need the solution that you offer them. And then it sends them to a webinar, which you can film just like this, and that you link in the bottom of your YouTube videos. Fun fact, we are actually filming a webinar this week. You guys can get in. I'll actually put the link to it at the top of the description and in the comments. You guys can see what this this looks like, what a funnel really looks like. Even if you're not interested in buying from me, I talk about all of the problems that you have potentially as a content creator. And then at the end, I will sell you, yes, I will, my program, and you guys should do it too, okay? And so once you record this webinar, you might want to record it a couple more times depending on the data that you get from it, how many people bought, your conversion rate, which is what we talk about in our programs. And then all you have to do is create videos every single week, like I'm doing right now, drive people through to your masterclass or your funnel basically, and sell them stuff within the description of your video very casually. Okay, you don't have to be pushy talking about it all the time. I know I'm talking about a lot here, but this is literally an example of what you should do, is what we do for a living and what we teach. So that is how you make, I say, semi-passive income. It's not passive because I still got to show up every single week. This isn't like, you know, the stock market. I still have to make videos and, like I said, bang 3 out every single week. But throughout the whole rest of the week, 7 days a week, I legit get dings on my phone from all of my course sales, from my ebook sales, from my high ticket coaching programs, and all of that is sold through the funnel. And so that is a huge component to selling your own products. The reality is you do not in any way, shape, or form need 40 hours a week to be a content creator. You just have to work, like I said, with those 3 golden rules within constraints and having goals based off of your values. And this is all learned through blood, sweat, and tears and stress and heartache from basically doing the opposite of everything that I wish I would have told myself, which is in this video. So if you guys got value from this, hit the subscribe button, but comment down below other videos that you guys would like me to create for you, what questions that you have. And I'm so stoked to show up for you guys here. So yeah, I'll see you on my next one. Bye guys.